Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today we'll be talking about the basics of ONYX. Let's hop right into it. Hey guys, so first thing you'll see when you open up ONYX is a tab with 4 buttons you can click. You can either click New to start a new show from scratch, Load to load a show you've previously worked on, or Join to join someone else's show on your network. There's also Continue if you'd like to continue one of the shows you were just working on. But for now we're going to click New. Once we click New, it's going to pop this up. Just click Yes. Now we get to title our show, and I'll just title this tutorial. Now it's going to take us into our show. This takes a second. Alright, so once our show file is done loading, this is the screen that will be presented to us. We have all these tabs that probably are very confusing right now, but we'll get into that later. First thing you're going to want to do is patch your fixtures. So we'll click Patch, and then once you click Patch, it should open up this window right here. Then we'll click Commands, which is down here. Click New Fixture first. So now we get presented with every fixture that is in ONYX right now. So first thing you're going to want to do is figure out the manufacturer name of the lights you're going to patch in. For me, I'm going to use, let me see, Ayrton. There we go, Ayrton. And I'm going to use, and you can actually click by letter, so here I have M, so I can go to Magic Panel 602. I'm going to use the basic version. Extended has way too many channels, but we're just going to use basic. Then we're going to click Auto Patch, and this applies for every fixture as well. So the first thing you're going to want to do is type in the name. I'm going to give this name Magic Panel, and then we give it the amount. In this case, I'm going to do 4, and it's going to auto patch them anywhere in this list, and usually it will start off at 1, so we're just going to click Apply Patch. Now we'll see that they're going to pop up here, and we have 4 magic panels. It shows the address 1, 19, 37, and 55, because each one of these lights is 18 channels, so it has to skip each 18 for each address. And now we're going to go through and keep patching in our fixtures. So that's all we're going to use for now. I'm going to go through, and now the next thing and the way I got to that is I click back, top left right here, click back, and it will bring us back to this page. So the first thing I would do is I would go into your fixture center and look and see your fixtures. I clicked fixture center here, then I clicked fixtures right there. This shows us all of our fixtures we have. And now the next thing we're going to do is, instead of having to select each individual fixture to change it, we're going to click this command panel down here, and we're going to click all the magic panels, click Groups, Record, and then select the slot you want all your magic panels to be in. Now, without clicking Enter, we can title them. I'm going to call these Magic Panels. Enter. And you'll see that they say Magic Panels up there. So now, watch what happens when we click Magic Panels. It will auto-select all of the Magic Panels, so that we don't have to go through and select each one individually like this. Instead, all we're doing is clicking Magic Panels, and it highlights all of them. So now we can go ahead and do that with the rest of the fixtures. So now that we have these in our fixture library, there's actually a lot more we can do. So there's actually a section called Auto that shows us each fixture, and it groups them together. So you have magic panels, slim bars, and intimidator spots. It will it will do this for all your fixtures. It will auto group them. But let's say we wanted the left side pars and the right side pars split up in groups. It would not auto do that. So that's why we use this Groups tab right here. So you really can do anything with groups. You could pick half of them and say pars half left or pars half right and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you can mess around with, but we're going to get to that later. Next thing we're going to do is build our 2D plan. Our 2D plan, if we click on this tab now, looks pretty basic and bland. There's nothing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to click live, and that's going to bring up this grid. And this grid is going to be basically our visualizer for what our lights look like. The way we add lights in is by going to our fixture center, selecting the group of lights we want to add in. And now, when I selected my magic panels to group them, I selected the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So now when we place in our panels into the 2D plan, it's going to place them in the first magic panel, second magic panel, third magic panel, fourth magic panel. So that when we're doing stuff with individually selecting them to put separate parameters on, it won't get it mixed up. That's why we have to select them in a specific order. So now we're going to click add, and it sees that we have 4 fixtures selected, and there's a couple different modes. There's a regular mode where just wherever you click it will add it. There's a string mode that will string them out equidistant from each other. This will connect them, but they don't have to be straight like that one. This will connect them in a circle. That's a grid. We really don't need that. So we're just going to have them each, we're actually going to use this, and we're just going to place them like this. So now we have our 4 magic panels sitting there. Now we're going to go into fixture center, deselect our magic panels, select our pars, click 2D plan, add, and now in this case I'm gonna separate them out each individually. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go, first par goes here, second par goes here, third par goes here, fourth par goes here, fifth par goes here, sixth par goes here, seventh par, eighth par. So now we don't have to worry about getting it neat yet, because there's a little trick for that actually that we're going to use once we add in all of our lights. So the next thing we're going to want to do is deselect pars, select spots, 2D plan, add. This time we can use a string, and I'm just going to put these right there. I'm going to put those 2 spots right there. So now we have our basic setup. You can zoom in and out of your 2D plan with the mouse, the scroll wheel on your mouse. And right now, as you can tell, they're not really even, and they're really like messed up, and they're not lined up on the grid. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and align them using this button. And right now it won't let us align them because we have no fixtures selected, and it doesn't know what to align them to. So what we're going to first do is we're going to click these magic panels up on top. We're going to have them align, but we want them to align up. And if we went align left, then they all would just align on this one right here. So instead we're just going to line up, and now they're going to be in a straight line up. Next thing we're going to do is we want these to align up horizontally. They're lining up horizontally now. We want these to line up horizontally. So align horizontally. We want these to align horizontally. Align horizontal. Now we're going to select each one of these, and we're going to align them vertically. Vertical alignment. And then this last one is just going to go in. So now the next thing is that these need to be rotated. They're a little off right now, so we'll rotate them using this tool right here. Select them, then drag up and down with the rotate tool. So now everything's even and nice. So now that we've done that, we can start getting on, we can start making preset groups. So what we're going to do, actually first thing we have to do is we have to click edit so that it gets rid of editing. So we can either click live or edit, and right now we're live, so this means anything we do to change the lights will show up on here, and we can't move them around anymore or anything. So I'm getting that lined up. So this tab Q list values will actually show you your Q list. Let's see, we have our group presets button right here at the top. First thing it shows you is your fixture center, so magic panel, pars, spots, and then below that we have each parameter that can be given to a light: intensity, pan tilt, color, gobo, beam, beam effects, and framing. The ones we're going to be working with today are intensity, pan tilt, and color. Gobo, beam, beam effects, and framing are all a little more advanced, and this tutorial is basic. So I will have a video out on these later, but this is not the video for you if you're looking how to do gobo, beam, beam effects, and framing. But let's move on. The first thing we're going to do is record intensity for each light. And each light can be, so each light has its own intensity. For the spots, it's called shutter. We'll have open and close. So full intensity, yeah. These are all strobes, but that's why we're gonna do, that's why we're just using intensity for these. So magic panels, they are, the magic panels and pars are gonna use this intensity down here instead of shutter. They do have shutter, but it's not the same as that. But the way you change the intensity on lights without using these recorded playback buttons, you click this little arrow down here and this will open up your programmer window. And what this will do is basically let you change, not programmer window, but parameter window. This lets you change any parameter that there is in ONYX for any light. So right now we're working on intensity. So we're going to want to record full intensity. What we're going to do is we're going to click full, and it's going to bring it up to 100. And then for the spots, full intensity is open shutter. So now, right now, if we go to our 2D plan, you'll see that everything is filled in. If these had no intensity, there would be little circles in them to show that there is no intensity. Right now, they all have full intensity. It's not these circles, it's bigger circles that will show if it doesn't have intensity. This shows that it is a moving light. This small circle shows that the light moves. So we go to our group presets. Everything is at full intensity, so we'll click record. And this is very much like when we were adding the groups of lights. We click record, click a slot, and now we're gonna just call this 100. We're gonna call this 100, and that shows 100% intensity. So now you'll see on this little screen here that even after doing that in our 2D plan, we still have full intensity. And if we don't want that, what we have to do is we have to click clear twice, and that clears out whatever we just did. So now if we go in here and we click 100 intensity, we go to our 2D plan, everything's filled in. If we clear it out, it's not filled in anymore. These, it won't show the open and closed shutter because it is a spot and doesn't have an intensity preset or parameter. So now we have 100, we're going to go through and we're going to make 75, 50, 25, and 0. So for 75, we just scroll up with our mouse. We click on this little wheel, scroll up with our mouse. We're going to click record 70, click the slot that we want, then we're going to title this 75. Double click clear to get rid of that. Then we're going to go through and we're going to do 50. You click center for 50. It's a little shortcut there. Record the slot that you want it to be in, 50. Then we're going to go down to 25. Record 25. I will actually do a 10 because 10% intensity can be very helpful sometimes for those moments where you don't want You just want the light to give off a tiny glimmer. Alright, we're going to click clear. We actually have to do a 0 intensity. It's at 0. Click 0. Record. 0. Enter. So now we have a bunch of intensities to choose from. And now if we go into our 2D plan, let's do 25. You'll see that each circle has a little bit of white in it. You can kind of tell. So that's what the intensity circles look like at 25. That's what they look at like at 0. So you can really see the difference in this visualizer here. Let's see. The next thing we're going to want to do is make our colors. That is very important. So we're going to click Magic Panels, Pars, and we'll get to spots in a second, but we don't mess with intensity, we just go to color. And right now, red, green, blue, full gives you white. So the first thing we're going to do is click full, full, and full. And each one now has 100. We click record, click one of the slots, and we're just going to call this white. We're going to clear. And next thing we're going to, so actually, this is a learning moment. I forgot to do the color on the spots. Now, if we change something, so if we make a preset here, but we do not want, we want to edit that preset, all we have to do is redo the preset. So we want Magic Panels and Pars, full RGB. Then we go to our spots, click open, so that it's white. Open means white on spots like this. Then we click record and just click the same button that we had originally clicked. And then we're going to say replace with current data. Now we double tap clear, and now when we click spots we can click white, and they're white. The next thing we're going to do is red. So we put these at 0 so they're red. And now if we look at our 2D plan, you'll see that all of these are red. Group presets, spots, click red, record, red. Now we're just going to continue this with each one. This is going to be, actually, this is going to be green. So we're 0, 0, spots. We have a green up here. Record. We'll call this green. Clear. Magic Panels 0. So it's blue. Blue. So those are the lights those are the colors we're going to use now, but you really have an unlimited amount of colors. When we look at our 2D plan, let's say we want center green, center red. So those two are center. We can see what colors that give us. It gives us kind of like a purplish blue. We can continue changing, so that gives us a yellow or a green. There's really unlimited colors you have here. This is an orange, and we can just change everything to have I think it's like 16 million colors really is the combination you can have. But obviously you can't distinguish from most of those colors, so in reality there's only a few hundred colors we could make in ONYX. So the next thing that we are going to do is put together our group presets. So put this with the 2D plan, so that when we're changing stuff we can see the 2D plan on the other side of the screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this button up here that says Unlock Workspace. Unlock Workspace. And now we can go down to any one of these tabs here, and I can click this empty one right here. Click it, and it will pop this up. What I'm going to do is add new screen. Then we're going to click this button here to split the screen. And on this side, I want to click Add. And then there should be a 2D plan button here. You click 2D plan. And now, as you'll see, we'll have our 2D plan. And I'm just going to try to get this in the center of the screen. Yeah, like that. Then right here, we're going to split it again. And then we're going to split it again. Here, we're going to put our fixture center. Here, we're going to put our intensity. And here, we're going to put our color. So now, what we can do is we can click matte. Like, we can do really whatever we want. Magic panels 100, and we want these to be green. Pars 100, blue. Spots 100, red. So now we can really be changing whatever we want, and that really gives us flexibility for your show. So if you want a pre-show look where everything's blue, all you have to do is click all the colors, all the fixtures, and then click one color and everything's blue. And let's say this is our welcome, so we just put them at 10% intensity, and now it's very soft to the eye. So now once we have this window done, we want to click the save button up here, and it's going to tell us which screen we want to save this to, and this monitor I'm using is called internal, right? So we'll click OK after we name it, and I will just call this fixture with 2D plan. So now we can go and we can continue going, changing each screen, and then just go back to fixture with 2D plan. That's about it. That's the basics. I will have more videos on more advanced stuff, but this is just the basics of ONYX, just to get you off the ground and understand some of the interface of ONYX. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.